Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from Ncaa, and we are now into kind of the dog days of the season, getting towards like kind of the end of the season, but not quite. So we're going up against Kansas State this week. Then we have Kansas, then Houston. But if you look at everything else, I mean, we have Ashton Cohen hurt for one more week. So, I mean, if you look at our schedule, we do have Kansas State, so he's going to be out for this game. He could come back for Kansas, but I'm going to sit him because I need to get him healthy. I can't have him get hurt once again for another 3 weeks. So I'm actually going to sit him probably versus Kansas as well. If he's healthy enough to go versus Houston, I'll go. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure about that game. We'll have to see what the implications are at that point. But look at us now. We're 20th ranked in the nation, only 2-star, 20th ranked in the nation. Oklahoma is still undefeated. I'm in the Texas division. Texas is 4-1 in conference. They're 7-2 overall. They're 12th in the nation. No other teams are really ranked in the conference. Let's just look. So Oklahoma State should be ranked. So yeah, they're still ranked above us. They're 13. Kansas State is 11. But on the other side of the bracket, I mean, nobody's really ranked. So we definitely have the hardest division as far as this year goes. But let's just look at some other things going on. So player of the week. So Alex Brown actually won NCAA player of the week after last week. 24 carries, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 receptions, 71 yards, and 2 touchdowns through the air. So that's pretty good. But let's just look at our team stats. So looking at the rest of the conference, so it looks like Texas Tech's quarterback Carter, he's leading the conference in passing. If we go over to rushing though, Alex Brown only has 753 yards rushing up to this point. Kind of a down year, I would say. Probably at this point of the season last year, he had quite close to 1,000, I believe. He does have half the rushing touchdown, so that's a good sign. But I don't know if it's really a down year, but he's definitely not getting the national recognition they got last year. Receiving wise, Ben Miller is actually 5th in the conference in receiving, 355 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he actually, let's see where he ranks yards wise. So he's not even up here. So and that has to do with kind of the inconsistency that we've had at the quarterback position with getting injuries and things like that happening. So looking at tackles here, Vince Cohen leads the nation in tackling, I believe, but Danny Sanders is not too far behind on Kansas. He's a true sophomore. He's 83 overall. He's 2nd in the conference. And then Lewis Parker isn't too far behind as well. He has 3 sacks. So let's look at sacks in the conference. So Hunter Gregg still has 5 sacks. He's been kind of quiet the last few games. Hopefully he can get back on track this next game. And then looking at kick return and punt return, I mean, no question, Chad Ball is going to lead probably the nation in that category. So let's just look at our matchup going up against Kansas State. So if you look at them, they're ranked 19 in total offense, 15 in total defense. So you know they're gonna have a tough defense. They always do. They always have a pretty tough defense. When we played them last time, they were a top 5 defense, so no surprise there. Let's just look at their schedule. Let's see who they played. So looks like they've had pretty good games versus other teams that aren't really ranked, but it looks like they have a tough slew of games coming up just like we do. Oklahoma State to round out the year, and then they lost to Texas earlier, 13-35. It looks like that was a big loss for them. So let's just hop into this game, man. It's gonna be a tough conference game, and we're going on the road once again. So let's hop into it. Let's go. So Delton is going to lead this offense back out on the field, and Barnes is in for his senior season. So, you know, he's going to be looking to give it to Marquette. I mean, I've actually played Kansas State in both the Indiana and Marquette dynasties, but here is our pass rush getting to him, led by Dylan Mack and LaRue Wiley on the outside. And this is going to be actually my 3rd time playing Kansas State in both my dynasties. So here we go, man. Hopping into this action, we do force the 3-and-out on their first possession. So here is Bradbury leading this Marquette offense back onto the field and doing a rare read option on this play, getting a nice 11-yard gain on that one. So facing a 2nd and 7, he's going to find Alex Brown. Alex Brown getting going this time early on in his game in the passing game. So now we're about past the 50-yard line. Bradbury's going to find Kevin Oliver in the slot, open across the middle of the field. So now we are close to the 35-yard line. So here he is running out one more time, finding Ben Miller. And, I mean, Barry's getting going early in this game. Usually it's got to be the running game to get us going. But this time Bradbury's leading this passing offense out onto the field and leading this team. So here we are inside the 5-yard line on a 1st and goal. Alex Brown is going to get in for the touchdown, and Alex Brown continues an impressive season. A little bit down yardage wise from last season, but still getting it done nonetheless. And here we go back out on defense. You know these guys are going to try to run the ball. Delton, he likes to scramble a lot, but this time he's finding his receiver, Zuber, on the outside. So they're now facing a 3rd and 3 past the 50-yard line. Delton's going to find his tight end this time, Gammon, open for the 12-yard reception. So now facing another 3rd down on this drive. This time he's going to find Gammon one more time, and look at the computer cheese on that one. The Heisman, they don't let me get that interception. Look at how close this is to being an interception. And look at that. It goes right through Vince Cohen's hands, and Kansas State is going to get the touchdown on that one. So now it is a 7-up game here in the 2nd quarter, and Barry is going to continue to throw the ball and throw the ball well with a nice pinpoint throw that time to Kevin Oliver. So now facing another 2nd and 10. Alex Brown's going to get going in the running game, getting up past the 50-yard line. So now facing a 1st and 10. Barry is just throwing dots in this game, finding Herman Rogers this time on the 16-yard reception. So now we're inside field goal range, and once again finding Ben Miller inside the 10-yard line. What an impressive first half so far by Brad Barry, and he caps it off by finding Kevin Oliver for the touchdown. And Barry, I mean, what can I say about this guy? I mean, he is literally started the season a 3rd string, ended up surpassing Joshua Rich, getting in for the 2nd string, and he's playing, I mean, some pretty big shoes here. So here we are, man, back out on defense. Delton's going to try to roll out this time, but this time he's going to get caught by LaRue Wiley, and now they're facing a 3rd and 16, down 7 points, but they're going to play it safe this time, not try to force anything deep, throw to Zuber, but they do punt the ball away. But look at what happens on that last drive. Ben Miller got hurt, and he dislocated his ankle, and he's out for the season. So that means that Christopher Rubright is going to need to step up. But on the ensuing possession, I don't know what just happened. Brad Barry literally throws the ball forward, but take another look. It slips out of his hands, and they call it a fumble. So Brad Barry with the epic mistake, setting the Kansas State offense up inside the 5-yard line, and Barnes is going to capitalize, getting the handoff, breaking the tackle from Lewis Parker, getting in for the touchdown. So now it's a 14-14 game. 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter, so we have enough time to drive down the field, get some points on the board before half. And here is Alex Brown getting pushed out of bounds inside about the 50-yard line. So now facing a 2nd and 7, a minute and a half left in this half, and look at this, Oliver getting open one more time. And I don't know what's up with these teams. They just do not guard Kevin Oliver, it seems like. And here's Jamel Cooley finally getting going. I mean, Jamel Cooley has kind of disappeared from the passing game since the beginning of the season. But here's Chad Ball getting open on the out route, and he gets in. And that's a rare catch by Chad Ball. He gets in. We're running a lot of hurry up, so you know our receivers are going to get tired. So he gets in for the touchdown. So here's Kansas State back out on offense, and here he is finding Strickland and Delton. Nice throw on that one. He's not known to be that pinpoint accurate, but he's been accurate in this game. So on a 1st and 10, 40 seconds left in this half. Once again, Delton's going to throw deep to Strickland, and all it takes is 2 plays for the Kansas State offense to get in for the touchdown, and that's going to be it for the first half, 21-21. And we get the ball to start out the 2nd half, and Christopher Rubright, he's got to fill some shoes for Ben Miller now that he's out for the season. And here he is getting the ball once again, and Herman Rogers getting the end around. So here we are, 3rd and 1, and Jimmy Ward gets the handoff up the middle, but that one's going to be stuffed by this Kansas State defense. So facing a 4th and 3, Brad Barry's going to go for it. This time he's going to find a running lane, and he's going to slide and luckily get the first down on that one. Nobody was open, so he used his legs, and that's one thing that I love about Barry. He can use his legs. So here we are, 1st and 10. Rubright getting the ball that time for 7-yard gain. So Barry on a 2nd and 3, gonna have some time. They're gonna send a blitz and he's gonna get it out to Jamel Cooley on the curl route. So facing a 3rd and 10, another blitzer this time, another free blitzer, and he's going to throw the ball low to his target that time, but we're going to have to settle for the field goal, and we go up by 3 points to start this 3rd quarter. And here is Delton. I mean, he's been doing pretty good in this game. A nice drive towards the end of the half, but here he is facing a 3rd and 13 to start the 2nd half, and he's going to throw it up into covers, and that one's going to be tipped, and we're going to force a punt early in this 2nd half. And here is Barry. He's been doing good up to this point, but he's going to need some help this time from Alex Brown, and Alex Brown almost busts that one for a long game but gets tripped up. So facing a 3rd and 13 after a couple of plays with negative yardage, he gets it out to Kevin Oliver, and Kevin Oliver takes a major hit on that one. So facing a 4th and 1, almost to the 40-yard line, and Alex Brown fights for some extra yardage. So here he is back on 1st and 10. He gets the counter. This time he's going to have an open lane. He's going to get tripped up once again. 2 straight trip ups that could have busted for a very, very long run. And it doesn't matter because Jimmy Ward comes in, spells him, and he gets 2 straight handoffs. No, this time it's a fake, and the read option gets in up inside the 10-yard line. So now getting inside the 5-yard line, Alex Brown's going to get the handoff and get in for the touchdown. And that's going to be a 10-point lead for this Marquette offense. And now all we got to do is play some good D. I mean, we've been doing pretty good in this 2nd half so far, and I think Delton's a little bit shook because our secondary is playing some pretty good lockdown D. So now they're facing a 3rd and 7, 6.5 minutes left in this 4th quarter, and Delton's going to try to roll out, but big Todd Williams is there to stop him before getting to the 1st down marker, and they're actually going to punt that away. So they're down 10 points, 6 minutes left, and they trust their defense, so they actually punt it away. And Bradbury comes out having a magnificent game up to this point, runs it that time for the 1st down. So here's Alex Brown getting a block that time from the pulling guard, and Brown's going to get up past the 40-yard line. So here we are. We just got to milk some clock, get it on the ground, and here's Jimmy Ward. He's getting going in this game. The nice 19-yard run, nice blocking that time from the offensive line. And here Jimmy Ward is on the next play, getting another handoff, and look at the C part on that one. I mean, nice blocking, back-to-back plays for about 30 yards rushing on 2 plays. And here we are. Alex Brown comes back into the game, and look at that hole that opens up for him for the touchdown. So now it is a 3-score game here in the 4th quarter. 3 minutes left. Delton's going to lead this team back on offense, but big Todd Williams isn't letting him go anywhere. Todd Williams gets in for his 1st sack of the game, but what defense he's been playing in this game. Not letting the defense, not letting Barnes get anything on this. And here's Barnes on a screen play, getting chased down by Hunter Greggs and Kamara Rivera. So facing a 4th and 7, Delton's actually going to find his receiver. He's going to break a couple of tackles and get up close to the 40-yard line. So nice play that time by the Kansas State receiver. So now Delton's past the 50-yard line, still down 3 scores though, throwing the ball deep. And this one's going to be dropped by Josh Dunbar, but hey, we got to at least stop him. We got a couple more plays to stop him. And here Barnes is getting the ball on the screen pass, but this time Hunter Greggs is going to sniff that one out. So now they're facing a 4th and 11. Desperation time for Delton. He's going to try to find some time to throw the ball deep, but big Todd Williams gets in for the sack. Look at that power getting in on that one. And the strip sack is going to end the game for the Marquette Golden Eagles. We come out with a victory on the road versus a higher ranked Kansas State team, and it seems like we just have Kansas State's number. They just cannot beat us, and Alex Brown has a pretty good game, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground, and my man Jamel Cooley finally has a pretty good game on the outside. And you know what's funny is that he only had 2 catches, but I mean, he was open on so many plays. I'm actually starting to, find a little chemistry with my slot receivers when Kevin Oliver gets in and also Herman Rodgers gets in. I'm doing some things with Bradbury that I couldn't do with Ashton Cohen. I could probably do it, but Bradbury is really good at throwing on the run, making these short passes, But I mean, I'm really proud of my defensive line. I mean, Todd Williams leading the way. He gets 2 sacks in this game. And I mean, he was just absolutely stuffing the run. Barnes had only 34 yards rushing, I believe, something like that. He had below 40 yards rushing. So I mean, that's a good sign going forward, because we got a couple of tough games coming up. I mean, we got Oklahoma, we have West Virginia to end the year. So I mean, it's gonna be tough. So I'm gonna need that rush defense to really show up. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for the next episode. Stay tuned. Let's go.